I've come up with another version of the little spacer that goes inside the bobbin. I added a little flange to it so that it would create some friction on the bobbin so that I wouldn't have to adjust the screw so much. And I really wasn't having to do it a whole lot, but a couple of my bobbins were, a couple of my shuttles were giving me trouble, and it just couldn't get the tension right. I don't know if I didn't cut the screw the right length, but I'm playing around with just using friction to hold my tension, and I think it's working pretty good. So if you want to try out this spacer instead of the other one, go ahead and give it a try. So the way this one goes in, instead of putting your bobbin in first, you determine which way you want your thread coming off of the bobbin. So this would be the top of the shuttle, and this would be the bottom of the shuttle. So you put it in through the bottom, and it creates ever so much, just a little thin extra to it, because we have some friction already on the nut that is glued down inside of there, but we didn't have any friction on the top. So it's a little bit tighter squeeze, but it's not bad. And I also made the hole where the screw goes in a little bit tighter, so I felt like that gave it a little bit more friction too. So I do have to kind of push it in a little bit, but it's not a big deal. So the only thing I have to do now is just make sure that this is flush so that the screw head doesn't bother the feeding of the thing. So this is not tightened down all the way. I've still got quite a bit to go. And if I did that, I can barely move the thread, but I can loosen it up quite a bit. And I still have tension on my thread. So I've been testing this out for about 30 minutes or so, and so far it's working. So if you want to print it up, it prints up pretty fast and doesn't use a lot of filament, so it could be just another experiment. But so far I do like having the friction. And also, when I have to wind up or shorten my thread, I'll sometimes wrap it around my hook like that so it'll stay in the center of the bobbin, and it's not loosening up the tension. On some of my previous versions, if I went backwards or filled up the bobbin by hand, sometimes the screw would loosen up, but this time it's still got good tension. So print it up, see what you think.